Painting a shape. Painting smooth, clean edges and corners is a skill that you need to have in your painter's toolkit. We talked about the different levels of moisture, and now you will see how understanding them can help you achieve this. When painting straight, pointed, or rounded shapes, I found it easiest to use a satin moisture level when getting close to the edge. If my shape is too wet, I soak up some of the excess water and paint with a clean, damp brush. I tidy up my edges and corners by gently grazing the paper with the tip of my brush. This will require precision, so keep on practicing. After creating your paint mixture, which would be a dark color and probably a level 4, I want you to begin by painting a triangle using a size 8 round brush and a watery mix. A synthetic brush will give you more control when painting straight lines. Now paint another triangle, but upside down and really close to the first one. Repeat this pattern as many times as you like, making sure to clean up your edges and corners. This looks like it's a little bit too glossy, like I put too much paint, so I will have to remove some of that excess paint with my dry, thirsty brush. So I had to turn my watercolor pad so that I can get a good angle with my hand and my brush for that triangle. When you're filling in the triangle, think about how you filled in the washes exercise. And that's what I'm trying to focus on. How did I fill in a wash, a dry wash? This would be very similar. But obviously this is a smaller shape and it's a little harder than a regular rectangle dry wash. But think of it as a dry wash when you're filling it in. I'm speeding up the video, but I did several of these triangles. If you will look at your reference on painting shapes, then you will see how many you can paint. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at least 5 triangles. But you can add more if you'd like. Just as directed with your handout, we are going to paint a heart and then an upside down heart that looks just like the first one. You're now painting a shape with round edges, straight edges, and a corner. It's a little harder, but this is practice. Again, think about your water control. You don't want it to be puddles. It shouldn't be glossy, but it can be. Just make sure you soak up that extra paint. It should be more of a satin, especially around the edges. Oops, looks like I forgot to paint the upside down heart, but I'll do it here. Remember, this is just practice. And again, I'm speeding up the video, so I'm not actually painting this fast. Take it nice and slow and be careful with your line work. You want the shape to be exactly like you planned. But you don't want to work too slow because when you make that outline, it can dry. And then when you fill it in, you'll see the outline separate from the filling. So it's always good to work quickly before the paint dries. But again, you want to focus on the shape and getting the shape correct. So here's another exercise that can help you work on your precision skills. This rectangle, I'm going to make outlines of another rectangle and then another outline of a rectangle. Again, it's not easy, but you're practicing. With your brush, you're practicing with line control, water control, and if you don't get it right the first time, it's okay. Just do it again. Remember, these exercises are just all about practice and having fun. Now, I doubt that we're going to be able to do this exercise in class, but this will be your homework. So you have the handout. If you don't, ask me for one. I have extra. Take it home and work on creating shapes and water control.